The U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is urging Hamas to accept Israel's ceasefire offer if they truly care about the people in Gaza. Well, clearly they don't care because so far, no reply from the terrorist group.
Well, here in the U.S., police are breaking up anti-Israel demonstrations on college campuses across the nation. And Congress is now taking action as well. CBN's Stahl brings us the story.
Though there are indications Hamas will reject the deal, there's no official response. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the terror group's answer will reveal whether it truly cares about civilians in Gaza.
Hamas has to decide whether it will take this deal and actually advance the situation for the people that it purports to care about in Gaza.
Blinken continues to oppose an invasion of Rafah, but Israel believes it's necessary to destroy the last Hamas battalions and free the hostages.
We're determined to take any action in order to return our hostages back to their home.
Meanwhile, diplomatic fallout for Israel, with the nation of Colombia cutting ties with the Jewish state. Israel's ambassador to the UN said the international body is a dream come true for every Palestinian terrorist, and he blamed it for setting off a wave of global anti-Semitism, including on American college campuses. Authorities have been cracking down on anti-Israel protests, arresting about 1,000 demonstrators nationwide. This morning on the UCLA campus, protesters and police clashed when officers moved in to dismantle the encampment. At the University of Texas, police say almost half of those arrested aren't even students.
What they did find when they arrested some of these outside agitators was guns, mallets, and other weapons that were confiscated by law enforcement.
The U.S. passed a bill that aligns federal education law with protecting Jewish students.
This bill will clarify that the Hamas hatred infecting our campuses must be dealt with as anti-Semitic discrimination that violates civil rights.
Some of the most virulent anti-Semitism has been on New York City campuses. The mayor says it's part of a worldwide plot to radicalize students.
This is a global problem that young people are being influenced by those who are professionals at radicalizing our children.
Meanwhile, the Biden administration is considering measures to help Palestinians already in the U.S. get their relatives in Gaza out and into America. Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, welcome to the age of professional protests and professional agitators. It's been around for some time, but to see this kind of coordinated effort is truly amazing. It's like it's been sleeping on our college campuses, and all it took was October 7th to light it on fire. October 7th needs to be remembered for all time as one of the worst things, and hopefully it is the worst thing that will ever happen to the state of Israel. But in that, it spread this anti-Semitism across the world, and it's so unusual to see it on our own campuses. When you look behind it and start saying, well, how did all of this happen? How did suddenly there appear on college campuses all the identical posters, identical T-shirts? You look at some of these tent cities they're all the same tent. How did that happen? How did it happen so rapidly?